What's up, ladies and gentlemen? And you're welcome. Welcome back to Two Beers and a Whiskey, Season 2. We're back for a second time.
Again.
Returning.
Like, we're the returners.
The sequel.
The sequel.
The add-on content, the DLC.
God.
What if we just made this season one and all of last season was a prequel?
Well, we already called it Season 2. We're already here.
With no backtracking.
No backtrack. We can't retcon things.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is Pedro, the pastor, also known as Dark Chocolate Carrasquillo.
Dark Temptation.
Dark Temptation.
Never dark chocolate. Never dark chocolate.
Never dark chocolate?
What's wrong with dark chocolate?
Nothing.
Actually,
I'm
he's
not-
It's the purest of the chocolates.
He's a pretty light chocolate, isn't
yeah.
he?
Hello.
He's like milk chocolate.
70% milk.
Milky
Yeah.
chocolate.
Yeah, milk chocolate.
And over here is Watson,
Thompson.
the conveyor belt Thompson. Because you carry the show, buddy.
Oh, God.
I'm no longer allowed to say mean things about Watson on the show. So now you just get uplifting news. Is it sarcastic? A little bit. You're my favorite person.
Is that, we want a round of sarcasm for everybody?
Oh, no.
No,
Yeah,
no.
you're not ready for it.
No.
You're not ready for the compliments I was about to give you.
So it's been about 8 months since we recorded last.
Yeah.
And our lives have changed pretty dramatically.
I would
Well,
say.
I mean, mine really hasn't, but
Yeah, mine has.
you
Mine.
guys have.
You're like a fucking...
In fact, I would say our lives gotten like exponentially better.
You think so?
He's like a stagnant water pool
Yeah.
that breeds malaria. He's just, where he's always been.
Yeah.
But it's good malaria, buddy.
I think everyone's been moving forward. I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you've been furthering yourself in your career.
Yeah, it's been a wild year. We'll get into
Moving
specifics
forward.
here in a minute, but just to establish some housekeeping. So now everyone on the show is now based in
Lock Haven.
Lock Haven.
Don't say Dunstown or I'll slap you.
No one knows.
I have abandoned my castle to lesser men.
He's been usurped.
Yeah, so
he was asked to leave.
let's talk about that beforehand because there's a lot to talk about Watson moving out and Pedro and our other baby boy Robert moving in.
Yeah.
It was first off, it took 2.5 months.
It took a lot longer than it should have.
Yeah,
I wonder why.
So the funny thing is,
It wasn't
actually,
just me, motherfucker.
I mean, Pedro got it in a week.
He got it in a week. Where does stuff sit?
It did sit in the living room for about a month.
For about
but
a month and a
He got
half.
all his stuff in like about a week. About 3 days, actually.
Except that flap off your off your bookshelf that flew off on the highway.
Almost hit my own car.
So let's start from the beginning though, because the real story actually starts about a month and a half before Watson moves out.
Yes.
Right after Watson's wedding, he's happy, he's living in the good life with his wife, and he's not packing anything up. So me and Pedro have a sit down talk with him, and we say, "Buddy, listen, you should probably start packing up because it's harder than you think it is."
I should have known this was gonna pop back up.
And Watson goes, "No, I'm gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Trust me." And was it fine, Watson?
In retrospect.
Nope,
yeah.
it wasn't fine. It was not fine. So you fell, but I don't really blame you for this because you fell into the classic mover mistake. Because everyone does this.
Yeah.
But you learn after the first time.
Yes. Yeah.
You learn after the first
Yeah.
time. You pack beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't pack and move at the same time. It doesn't work
Nope.
out. It takes too long.
Nope.
If you want to move out a day, you got to have everything packed up and ready to go. Like a week beforehand.
And you have to have less shit than I have.
Oh my
and
God.
Throughout moving,
I'll own that.
there were some things that were learned because I feel like everyone involved in moving sequentially fucked up except Robert. Because I feel like he watched me and Watson make some mistakes in moving.
You know what the thing that I've realized about Robert moving in and just him living here is he has his shit together more than anybody else.
Yeah.
And that threw me through a loop because I knew Robert was like, I thought he was average. He's not. He's superb in
He's
getting his
fun.
shit together.
But he holds it together.
Yeah.
He's like the superficial mama bear.
Robert has his shit together when it comes to responsibility and cleanliness and getting around. He's got his shit lined up.
And I feel like the three of us, you two more than me, have aged him horribly.
How have we aged him horribly?
I don't think so. I just think that Robert likes his alone time. I hope. I don't know. Sometimes I can't tell if he's in a bad mood or not. Like today, he came down and just immediately walked out the door.
No, he said hi and bye.
Did he say hi and bye?
You were playing World of Warcraft.
I was playing World of Warcraft, and that takes precedent.
Yeah, and I said hi, Berto. He said hi. And then when he leaves, I'm like, bye, Berto. That's the only thing we said today.
He commented on my Keystone Light glasses earlier.
Where'd you buy those?
It's a funny story. I didn't buy them.
When did you get those?
Okay, so I got these at the bar about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago.
At Uncle Al's?
At Uncle Al's. Yeah, we were all playing pool, and Charlie, our bartender, throws a whole bunch of like free alcoholic
Just free
goodies,
swag.
like koozies and sunglasses. And there was like a few pairs of sunglasses. One of them was Keystone Light, of course. One of them was like Line & Hugels. There was like Budweiser. There was and like,
What is the fuck is wrong with you?
Where were you? Where was your head?
Why wouldn't you grab the Budweiser ones?
Look, and I was like, I know which ones I want. Keystone Light, baby. Ba-boom. Put them on.
Why? Why'd you betray Budweiser like that?
Because Keystone Light has a special place in my heart.
Why?
Because that's where we
It should have a special place in nobody's heart.
No, because I'll tell you, because Keystone Light was the first beer that I really, really drank because we went to Corey's house that summer. And that's all he fucking had. Remember how much we drank Keystone Light that summer?
I took Miller Lite with me.
Well, I drank.
I mean,
we did pound a lot of Keystone Light at your wedding, Watson.
Yeah.
I didn't. I didn't have a single beer at my wedding.
Corey bought a 24-pack of Keystone Light.
Yeah, all the groomsmen were crushing beer at Corey's truck.
No. Yeah, I had.
It was wonderful.
I had no beer at the wedding. I had about 100 shots.
That man's an efficient drinker. I'll give him that.
Corey,
he's fucking prepared.
Corey's gonna be on the podcast. Corey's gonna be on the podcast.
Just fucking set a case of beer here. Run with it, buddy. See how many of these you can finish before we're done. We'll see how these stories change and how much more fun you get.
Yeah, I didn't get drunk at all at your wedding.
Nah.
Captain Morgan makes me sad.
That was a rough time in my life. All right. And then you guys told everybody. All right. You told everybody about my most weakest, most embarrassing moment probably of my whole life.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I also had your back that day. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you lied to try and get me a girl, but it's all good, man.
So I didn't just lie. Don't fucking belittle me like that, you piece of shit.
You
I crafted a golden story.
You did. You improv'd. And I would do the same for you, except you're married.
Now, why did you find it a weak moment? Because I found it adorable.
Oh, you found it adorable that I got so drunk that I was crying at the bar?
You were crying of happiness.
I was crying of happiness, actually. I was crying because everyone was being so nice to me because I thought I was really sad.
Yeah.
I was like a little sad, but I was more just so like emotional because everyone was like coming up to me and like hugging me and giving me advice and whatnot.
What are you feeling bad about? I cried the fucking later that night reading they were instructions to open the blinds.
Yeah.
I thought it was a life message or Confucius or something.
I mean, like, we don't need to go over your wedding again because that was like literally the last episode.
Yeah.
But so
fun time.
Yeah. Watson moves out. Robert and Pedro move in. Pedro leaves his shit in the living room for what seemed like a year.
It really wasn't that long. It was like a month.
It was like a month. So that's the situation now. Robert and Pedro live here in the house. Watson moved out to go live with his wife Vicky, who has been on the camera multiple times, not by her choice. How's living alone, buddy?
Living what?
He's living alone.
Ah,
he's not with us.
Well, yeah, I guess he's
with Vicky, but
Dude. We're not in the city anymore. City.
I just looked at you.
We get it's not fucking fucking New York. We get it.
It's not even Williamsport.
It's the city of Lock Haven.
Yeah, I would say Lock Haven's more fun than Williamsport. I think so.
I disagree. Hot take.
Yeah, I don't know.
It might be a hot take, but I still think I think the environment of Lock Haven is more fun than Williamsport.
I feel safer here.
Well, I mean, we'll see.
We'll see if you feel safer.
But living outside of it, away from all the noise, the road and stuff, like it's so quiet. And it took us a little while to get used to sleeping there because we'd go to bed and then you'd hear nothing. Here you hear fucking traffic or something or him watching TV down here. We don't hear a single car. Like
that's interesting.
Up there.
Because I don't hear a damn thing here.
I'm deaf and I heard you can hear cars running by out there.
I can't hear shit.
I don't hear it.
Right. Well, we always had our window open up there I slept on that. So, well, you should hear them.
I don't hear anything.
You're on that side of the house now.
Yeah, I don't hear. I sleep so peacefully up there compared to like.
Are you in the loft now?
Yeah.
So you're sleeping in my old room.
Yes.
All right, good.
Like I sleep so peacefully up there compared to my apartment in South Williamsport where it was right next to 15.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I had my windows open like at 5 a.m., I'm getting woken up by a tractor trailer.
Yeah.
Well,
or cars going by constantly.
So what else has happened in the months that we haven't been recording the show?
I had knee surgery.
You had knee surgery.
I got injured. I was out of work for 4 months.
You came back like a champ, and now you're dropping fools left and right again.
Yeah.
So you got a new job.
Yeah. I think 2 promotions since this last show because I was technically working.
And we can't talk about either of them.
No, we can't talk about either of them. But yeah, 2 promotions at work, and that's professionally it's been great.
That's good. That's
It's
good.
been wonderful. Making all the moves.
What else happened? John Jones murdered a man in the ring. Anthony Lionheart Smith.
Yep.
I mean, he didn't murder. They went to a decision, which was impressive, but.
You're furthering yourself at your job, making some changes.
I am. I'm making some changes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's been just kind of a big whirlwind where we moved in the middle of winter. Not smart. Never doing that again.
Nope, never doing it again.
Nope.
Yep. Although I will say the days we were moving were fortunate. There was no snowstorms.
Yes.
So that was.
Yeah,
nice.
we were actually really lucky with that. It never snowed once.
My Jeep blew up recently.
Yeah, your Jeep did blow up.
So that was fun.
Robert's car got hit.
Did I tell you this story?
What?
About my Jeep
Yeah,
blowing
someone
up?
hit Robert's car.
Yeah, you told me about it.
Yeah, so I'm driving down the road because my Jeep's been overheating lately. My red Jeep, the God bless, Papa bless, Viking Jeep. 320,000 miles. And my dad's like, did you pour water on the radiator? Now, this is something that Brittany had told me to do weeks beforehand. And I had changed the thermometer and whatnot. And I was like, no, Dad, like my reservoir tank's full. I got coolant in there. And he's like, pour water on the radiator and see if it goes in. You idiot. And I was like, all right. So I do that, and lo and behold, the water goes right in my radiator. It took a gallon and a half of water. So what I didn't know was that you're not supposed to put that much water in your radiator because water boils.
Yes.
And builds up. What does it build up?
Pressure.
Yeah.
So I'm driving down the road. I'm like, this is great. My fucking engine's not overheating and whatnot. Like,
You didn't tell me this.
yeah.
You didn't tell me this.
Yeah, I'm driving down the road. I'm like, this is great. My engine goes up about halfway. Pedro, put the fucking phone down before I lose my goddamn mind.
Yours just went off. Go ahead.
So
You ruined the story.
I was driving down the road. I had Pedro follow me because basically what happened was I got pulled over a couple months ago, which is a story we'll tell later. Because that's a funny story. So I can't wait to tell that story. But I'm driving and my engine heat's going up at a normal pace. It's like about halfway, and then we're at the back. I don't remember what road that is. Was that where European imports are? Oh
Yeah, that's
what's that road called?
150.
Yeah. So it's sort of like a back road.
Back.
But we're driving. I'm driving a little slow, not to fuck up my Jeep, 'cause I was hoping I could fix it. And Pedro's behind me. And all of a sudden, I hear boom! It sounded like someone shot a cannonball inside my Jeep. And the hiss. And I look over at my dash, and where the passenger side is, under the glove box, is just blowing hot steam. And then hot steam started coming out of my vents. And then it started coming out behind my steering wheel. And this all happened. I'm saying it slow, but it happened in within a second. And I was like, ah! Because I had my fucking windows closed and my air conditioning on. I was like, my air conditioning is working again. This is great, right? So it went from about 60 degrees inside my Jeep to about 180 degrees like that. And I fucking pulled over and I jumped out of my fucking Jeep. And I was like, Pedro, we got a problem.
I see it smoking like, uh-oh.
Yeah, that wasn't smoke, buddy. That was steam coming out through my fucking dash.
So you blew your radiator.
I blew my heater core.
That sounds pricey.
It's not actually. It's not that big of a deal. But then I called my dad. And my dad's like, I don't know what to tell you. Put more water in it and try it again.
Good old Denny.
Yeah.
You be a fucking man and try again.
So he was right the first time, right?
Yeah, so there's a creek next to us. Now it's just starting to get warmed up, right? So I think I have the same pitcher of water before, and I walk over to this little creek, and it's all stagnant water, brown stagnant water with about 500,000 tadpoles in it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, sorry, buddies. And I fucking dunk the pitcher of water in there, and I'm looking. There's little black guys flying around in the water, little tadpoles. So I wait for my engine to cool off, and then I start pulling it in. I'm trying to catch a couple tadpoles on the way out. At this point, I know the Jeep's fucked. I'm just trying to get it home, right? So The dad pulls. A couple of them are going in. I'm like trying to pull out a couple if I see them. I'm like, oh well, fuck. So we're there for about 45 minutes while I let my engine cool off and fill it up with water. And I'm like, all right, let's try it again. So I'm driving, and I hear water flying, like the sound water makes when it's like shooting out of something, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I look over at the passenger side, and under my like carpet of like the flooring, there is water shooting out across and smacking the fucking door like shh. And I'm like, and also hot steam started coming out again, and I'm like, well,
this is the end.
It's over. So I was like, what do I do? I can't afford to get this thing towed. So I was like, oh wait, Corey lives up here. So I drove up to Corey's house, and I just parked in his. I'm like, he's gonna understand, right? But I wanted to ask, so I drove up into his driveway, and Alyssa's mom comes out, and she's like, "Hello, the baby," and I'm like, "Hey, you don't know me. I'm Corey's friend. My car is pouring liquid out. I need to call him." She's like, "Oh, well, he should be home soon." So we call, 30 minutes later. It's whatever. Dad towed me the next day. That's the end of that story.
So, are you gonna do anything with the Jeep?
I'm gonna trash it.
If that's just the heater core.
You're really intent on me not drunk in this Jeep.
I think you'd be making a mistake, man. People pay a lot for Jeeps.
It's got 320,000
Yeah, but it's
miles.
rebuilt though.
Yeah,
But no one knows that besides me.
Yeah, then
There's no way to really prove that.
Then just fix it up.
Plus, at this point, the heads are probably warped. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, dude, when I would drive it from one end of Lock Haven to the other, it would spike into the red. It was constantly spiking into the red and cooling off. So, like, those heads have got to be warped. Which is what I'm assuming may have, I don't know. But, like, at that point, when the heads are warped, fluid starts getting in there. It's not, eventually it gets fucked up. So, like, if the heads are warped, it's not worth it. Yeah, that's a whole new motor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that Jeep.
Well, I wouldn't just scrap it. I would.
You could part it out.
Yeah, I would do that.
It's got
maybe a
brand new
pain in the
tires.
ass.
It's got brand new tires on it that I need to put on this Jeep because I bought a new Jeep. So
Yeah. Yeah, you could part it out. That would be the other option.
yeah.
Because they were only gonna pay you what $150 to $300 for that thing,
Yeah, probably about
and they're gonna
$300.
make tenfold
Yeah.
on it because it's a Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
It's got those 4 letters. It fucking sells. Whiskey for everyone since our first take.
God,
fucking. Do you want to talk about the first take?
Yeah. So we recorded this earlier and I forgot to turn the volume on.
Why do I hate whiskey so much?
We only got about 4 minutes into it.
Yeah. It wasn't too bad. And I already feel like this was a better take anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is about that Boston trip that we can't drink whiskey anymore.
I know what it is.
We just anytime someone mentions whiskey, I'm like, ugh.
I know what it is. You both pussed out.
Dude. No.
I just can't.
Mentally, something changed in me that trip.
Robert was the best out of all of you.
I can still drink Fireball.
Yeah, I can still drink Fireball as well.
And it's funny. That's like one of the only things that I have trouble drinking.
Yeah,
Chase it down.
anytime because we just did Fireball shots yesterday where we were playing darts. I'm like, oh yeah, I can do Fireball. Goes down smooth, easy peasy.
How'd your darts go?
I'm terrible at darts. I found out.
You know what, dude? Like I play it off.
Have you ever played darts?
I play it off like it's funny. It really fucking bothers me that I'm so bad at pool. It drives me crazy.
Why?
And I play it off with comedy as to not lose my fucking cool. But when we go out with our friends and Brittany pummels me in pool, it fucking drives me crazy.
Well,
she rubs it in my fucking face.
do you remember when you and I used to play when you would have been 21, I was 22,
Yeah.
and we used to go down to the hangar
Yeah.
like every week with Corey and them, and we'd end up playing pool.
Yeah.
And Seth and I would always be partners because no one else wanted to be his partner. And I'm not a pool king by any means,
Yeah.
but I carried the team.
Yeah.
And Seth would, you always did a good job, and I'm glad you brought this up because this is really funny. He would sit there, and he'd like look so smooth. He'd have so much finesse lining up the shot. And then
It's still true.
this big clunky motherfucking boulder comes out of nowhere like
Clink.
and he'd fuck everything up.
Yeah.
And then he'd laugh. He'd be like, "Oh, I'll get better." And he'd like turn around like,
Yeah, because like I'm terrible at pool, but like
he would get so mad.
Yeah.
And he'd like hide it in front of everybody but me. He would be like, "What was so bad at pool?"
Yeah, I'm terrible at pool, but I also have like no interest in being better at pool.
I think my technique's getting better though, because what I realized recently is you don't need much force.
No.
You only need a little bit of force. Sometimes you do when you're trying to break and whatnot, but you just boop.
Yeah.
Corey and I won a private tournament one time, drunk as
I need
shit.
to get better. See, I actually almost spent $500 on a pool table for this room to get better at pool. That's how much it fucking grates me inside. Also darts. I'm really bad at darts.
Well, because the
Well,
dart.
when you get on the other tour, you and I should start going out and practicing.
I agree.
I would rather be better at darts than pool. I actually enjoy darts a lot. But
Pool can be fun. Once you start getting decent at pool, it is a lot fun. It's no fun playing pool when you suck. Because I was there, and what I did, I was a member of the Elks, and all of the old timers that do the pool leagues, they'd come over and give you tips, and I got better at it because of that.
well, it just like never interested me. Like the game just doesn't interest me.
One time, one of the first times we went to the bar, this black guy was sitting there. He used to come, and he grabs Pedro on the waist. He goes, "I'm gonna treat you like a bitch, but listen to me." he grabs Pedro on the waist and like holds his hand.
I was there for that.
Were you there for that?
It was the guy that when the Pokemon Go craze was going on.
Yeah, it was
who
that
talked
guy.
to the mayor.
Yeah, it was that guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna treat you like a bitch, but just listen.
I was like, all right, man, whatever.
He's a really nice guy.
Yeah,
he's like
he's a
all over
wonderful
the
guy.
place.
Well, just like I don't know, it just never interested me. Even as a kid, like I just anytime, like I'd play pool, I'm like, eh.
We've met some characters at the bar throughout. Because me and Pedro recently just started going to the bar like probably once a week, you know, with everybody. And we've met some characters. We met one guy that claimed. Sorry. He claimed he was a professional boxer with what, like a 21-0 record, and he was fighting Deontay Wilder soon. And Deontay Wilder is the heavyweight champion of the world. Like he's like Mike Tyson levels now. And he's like, yeah, I'm fighting Mike Tyson, or I'm fighting Deontay Wilder soon. But you know what? I got this brain tumor in my head, but I don't give a shit, man. I love the sport. I'm gonna keep going. And I'm like, no one's gonna clear you with a brain tumor.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at him, we're like, dude.
What fucking athletic commission would clear you with a brain
Gentlemen,
tumor?
did it occur to you that this man might have been utilizing crystal meth?
No, he was a crystal meth user. He was probably a cocaine user, though.
Yeah. And then we definitely met some characters there.
Oh my god.
Al's is a place to go. That's where that.
Well,
I always used to go to
Al's
Al's.
is endorsed by Two Beers and Whiskey.
Al's is endorsed by
There are
Two
two establishments in Lock Haven that are endorsed by this show. One being Uncle Al's, and the other one being Oddfellows.
We need to make those cards. I really do believe those are good cards. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like a card,
The Alpha Points.
the alpha points from Two Beers and a
Oh.
Like it maybe in the shape of a bottle, a nice like card that like you'll give to an establishment and be like, hey, listen, or leave it next to your tip or whatever. Be like, done a good job, whatever. You know, something like that, and then maybe they hang it up, but it at least gets our name out.
Speaking of which,
Grab
I have a
whatever
surprise.
he has right now.
I want to show you boys something.
He looks so sad. I feel so bad.
There's a cat toy. Pedro's going to grab something.
Are we going the length? Are we going another set or just this?
Yeah, we'll go to our set.
All right.
Pedro is walking away, and I don't know where he's going. Nope.
You pissing, Pedro?
I was gonna say this would be a terrible time. This is probably the worst time ever.
I thought he was grabbing something.
He's grabbing something.
Cards.
Oh, he's giving us some business cards. Pedro has business cards now.
Don't read it out loud. Everything Pedro's worked for in his secrecy. Oh, look at you. He's so happy. Look how happy he is. He's got a fucking business.
Pedro Carrasquillo, extreme pro wrestler.
How amazing is that?
I am going to put this in my wallet with all the other important things.
It says here, quit beating your meat and let me make a beat down. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
You pro
I
wrestling?
do parties. I do luchador tournaments.
Luchador tournaments. I always wanted to do pro wrestling. I thought it looked so much fun.
You know how it'd be like really physically grueling.
Yeah, I know, but it looks really fun.
Shit on your heart with all the fucking steroids.
But
I'm thinking about taking steroids
because
I'm serious.
since moving to Lock Haven, my love for Oddfellows has gone to such a deeper level.
But they betrayed us once.
Yeah, okay, because what they do is they'll give us something really good on the menu that we really like, and then they take it away.
Oddfellows is maybe the best burger I've ever had in my life.
That's.
Can you say that?
I can say that. I think I can say that. I can't think of a... Because, like, in my mind, I can't think of a better one. Can you think of a better one?
No.
So, where are we?
But I don't know if I've ever taken the time to evaluate.
But like I'm evaluating my head right now. Have I ever had a burger that I like more than Oddfellas? And the answer is coming up a resounding no.
See, I'm gonna maybe. I don't know. I think because Oddfellas is so good. It's definitely
so
hands down
good.
the best burger in Los
And their
Angeles.
odd sauce too, man. Whatever that odd sauce is, makes me just wanna.
Yeah, because the experience you have to get the burger, the odd sauce, and fries.
Yeah.
Like, you have to get those three things.
Oh, also the malt milkshake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Watson, they also make their burgers in salads, so you have no excuse.
Well, I think they do a wrap. They do a wrap
Yeah.
for buns. Like they'll do it in lettuce instead of, like not a salad, just a wrap and lettuce.
Because this summer I would love for TBAW to have a quest for the burger, and we just go and find.
dude, I want to do that so bad too.
Yeah.
Where we go around and we either do breweries or like burgers.
Well, we got to do
pizza.
Yingling first because we haven't done Yingling yet.
We gotta
It's
do
right
Rusty
there.
Rail first, bro.
No,
It's right up the road.
Yingling's a
Why
older
don't we do
brewery.
New Trail? It's right up the road. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're small. They're microbrews.
Wouldn't it be better to do a small brewery?
No,
think
dude.
so.
Dude, I'm telling you, fucking, if you've never been to Yingling to see the brewery,
Well, it's all the way
it's
to
awesome.
Pottsville, though.
It's all the way. Oh my god, it's not that bad. He and I went down. We had a blast that
But
day.
imagine this. Imagine we go around and try to find PA's best burger. Right? We take weekend trips.
Yeah,
we
but
go,
that's not gonna work for me unless they have.
Well, you don't need to be there.
You don't need to be
Because
there.
like, let's be honest. I mean, you could be there to record us. That would be helpful. But you don't eat burgers,
I eat burgers. I just don't eat the bread.
and that's
you just eat the burger patty
huge
then.
portion of the burger.
Yeah.
If you do a burger wrap.
No, it's not. The bread is important.
Yeah, but I think
That's one of the things that Oddfellows does right is they have good buns.
yeah, because they don't break. Because like the worst thing of a burger is like when you're trying to enjoy a burger and that bitch breaks.
Yep. And then
That is an automatic DQ for me.
Yep. And then you're all messy.
Yeah.
You're a fucking mess.
Automatic DQ if the burger breaks.
Yeah. I got slime hanging down from my lips and whatnot.
Nah,
It's like I just went down on a whale.
So, but this new burger at Oddfellows, I can't remember the name of it, but it's got the candy bacon on it, or whatever it is.
Oh, candied bacon. Yeah.
Yeah.
What, like the coconut shit?
No,
No.
it's candy. Like sugared.
Like yeah, it's. I don't know how to describe it, but
It's candied bacon and pulled pork and
it's
That
so
sounds
wonderful.
disgusting.
oh, dude, no,
It's
it's
no,
so
no, no, no.
good.
It's so good.
It's like you don't fucking understand, don't you?
It'll be-
fucking sit here and talk bad about Oddfellas.
Yeah, because they are a friend of the show.
They are a friend of the show.
I don't think they'd want to be associated with this show in any way, shape, or form.
Well,
Let's ask them.
They are a
We'll
very
fight-
they're
we'll
a, they
figure it
are a religious establishment.
What?
Yeah. They are a religious
Alright.
establishment. They would not want to be associated.
So what else has been going on? You got something to say, Pedro?
No, I was gonna say what was going on. Where I think there's been definitely some things going on in the world, right? Like where we established that Alabama did exactly what we expect them to do in regards to the whole big stink now with the abortion stuff.
Act Alabama-ish.
Yeah, like they did Alabama things.
Yeah, people are really up in arms about it, and I understand why. But also, what I like to say is that like
It's Alabama.
it's Alabama. it's like the laughing stock of America, you know?
I'm a little shocked that like Alabama hadn't done that sooner, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like I would have just assumed that abortion was already illegal in Alabama.
Yeah. So that went on. We had one of the worst Super Bowls ever.
It was boring.
It was pretty
as
terrible,
fuck, dude.
The Islanders somehow made it to the second round this year of the playoffs. There's just been
Tony Ferguson lost his mind.
yeah. Tony Ferguson lost his mind. What? No, the last time we recorded, Khabib had mauled Conor McGregor, so
Yep.
and now he gets a snack in September.
against Dustin Poirier.
Yeah, just a little morsel.
Yeah, a little yum yum.
Yeah. Rose Namajunas gave us the most depressing L we've seen in a long time.
That was so depressing. dude,
What
because
happened?
Rose.
She lost.
Yeah.
She got fucking
She got dumped right on her head.
blasted.
I didn't see that.
Oh,
have to watch
it was
that
so
fight.
depressing, dude, because she was outclassing Jessica Andrade in every single way
She
possible.
get a lucky shot in.
Jessica Andrade went in for a high crotch, and Rose didn't defend correctly. And
And,
Jessica Andrade lifted her about 8 feet in the air and dropped her right on her fucking head.
And it was Dunzo.
Where'd she at? Knockout?
I think Rose tapped. I think
Yeah.
didn't she tap? Because Rose had recently had neck surgery.
Yeah.
Ah.
And Rose is thinking about more than likely retiring now.
Is that shitty?
Yeah, it sucks.
'Cause Rose was obviously the better fighter that night. Like it was so obvious that Rose was just a completely different level than Jess Andrade.
Yeah. So it's just been a whirlwind of things, but life's been good. I think overall I would say life has been good.
So let's talk about the fact that I got pulled over a few months ago.
Yeah.
This is a really funny story, and hopefully my family doesn't see this. So we're at Al's drinking, just me and the guys. Pedro wasn't there. And it's probably midnight, and I'm like a little toasted. And everyone's like, let's go to Denny's. And I'm like, all right. And they're like, Seth, you're driving because you got the Jeep. And I'm like, well, all right. So we all load into my Jeep, right? And we drive to Denny's in Lamar. We have a decent meal, but it came out real fast. So I'm driving back, and now, granted, my insurance is expired, my inspection was out, and my registration was out.
Was your license valid?
Yeah. My license was valid. So, come down over the hill, and I see a cop sitting next to Santander Bank. And I'm like, fuck. If he pulls out behind me, he's going to pull me over. Right? And I actually think that I did the better thing in this situation because it turned out better for me. And this is going to sound crazy. I blow through a yellow light right in front of him. I'm like, he's not going to run the red light. He did. He ran the red light. He ran the red light. So, he doesn't have his lights on. Because what I found out later was that at the bar hours, the twilight hours, cops will just follow you for a little bit to see if you're
swerving.
if you're fucking up. And then they'll run your plates, and they'll probably just pull you over anyway for anything because they want to see if you're drunk.
Yeah, because after I think 12 a.m. they can pull you over for literally
Fucking
anything.
poaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's following me at a distance because I'm moving right now. I'm probably heading 50 down Lock Haven. And I take a left at the road to go to Al's, and I take a right into the alley behind Al's, and I'm like, get out. So they all start pouring out of my car, and as I'm sitting in the alley, the cop goes to pull in the alley, and he sees me sitting there, and then he fucking swerves out and goes around the buildings. And I'm like, shit. So I'm sitting here, and I'm like, what do I do? And I'm like, all right, I played enough Grand Theft Auto. I got to find some place to lose some heat. So I'm like, I'll pull into the dojo. So I pull out real fast, and I'm driving through all the fucking like little alleys of Lock Haven, and I couldn't lose them, man. I pulled in my dojo, and I don't think they saw me pull into the dojo because I saw them blow past that road. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, see, if I hadn't done this, if I had just gotten out and walked away, I probably would have been fine. Mm-hmm. But I sat there for about a minute, and I was like, should I just drive home? I haven't seen them. Maybe they're gone. And I'm like,
or sleep at the dojo. No.
I took my keys out, and I opened my door and started walking. I no more than got 15 feet before, and the lights flicked on. I'm like, fuck. So at some point, they got my license plate and ran it, probably. Uh-huh. Or they ran it while I was sitting there, and they were at a distance. Uh-huh. And they pull up, and they're like, hey, your registration's expired. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, what are you doing out this hour? I was like, I'll just DD for my buddy. Dude, I silver-tongued my way through this whole fucking interaction with the cops. And he walks over. I'm like, I'm going to be straight up honest with you, man. My insurance is expired, my registration's expired, and my inspection's expired. Because I knew he was going to run it and see all that anyway. So I was like, I'll just be upfront with him.
Yep.
So he goes back.
After you evaded him, you're going to be straight up front with him.
Yeah. Well, I told him, I was like, this is my dojo. I own this dojo. And he goes, oh, okay. And
probably thought this drunkie's fucking high.
Well, I told him, I was like, you can see all like the karate equipment in the back of my Jeep because I had just left the dojo and it was still in the back of my Jeep. So anyway, he comes back. He's like, yeah, we gotta give you the thing for insurance. And he was super cool. I was talking to him and whatnot. And dude, I was not fine. And he's like, hey, our printer's down. We gotta drive to the station to get the ticket, or we can have it sent to you. And I was like, just send it to me. I just want to go home at this point, right? So he drives off, and I'm like, what the fuck? I can't believe I didn't get a DUI. So, I'm walking home, and I get about to McDonald's, and all of a sudden he pulls up next to me again, and I'm like, fuck, what now? The cop gets out, he goes, hey man, just wanted to give you this so you didn't have to pay the fee for getting it sent to you.
Oh, shit.
And he gets out, and he opens the letter, and he starts reading it to me. And I'm like, that's cool. That's cool. Because he's like right here, right? He's like right next to my face. And I'm like, that's cool.
And he could still smell it.
Maybe.
He knew.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
He
know.
knew.
Yeah.
He's like, well, it's starting to rain. You want to ride home? Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
So I hop in the Jeep with these cops, or whatever they are,
the SUV.
the SUV, and they drive me home. And I'm talking to them the whole time. I'm like, you ever have anybody try to escape from back here? And they're like, yeah, it happens. It happens. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. It's not very comfortable. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So they drop me off, and I'm like, have a nice night. And they're like, have a nice night. I hope it gets better for you. And I'm like, hey, you too.
Yeah, dude, you didn't get away with shit because how many fucking guys a year do they pull over for DUIs that try the same shit you did? They let you go.
Maybe.
They let you
Or
go.
here's what I was thinking else, is that they didn't pull me over while I was in the car with my keys in. Because everyone's always said as long as your keys are in the ignition, they can get you for a DUI.
Yeah, they
My
can if you're
keys were-
sleeping in your car.
My keys were not in the ignition. I had them in my hand. And it was outside my car when they pulled me
Incriminating.
over. Yeah.
Where did those keys come from?
Yeah. So I think that's one of the reasons they didn't breathalyze me.
So moral of the story, kids, don't fucking drink and drive.
Yep, those drink and drive. Also, I have not driven to the bar since.
Yeah, I can attest to this. He has
I've
not.
been walking to the bar since. I learned my lesson. I got away with a golden ticket, and I took it and I ran with it. I'm not driving to the bar anymore.
There's no need.
Because I like to get a little slippy at the bar. Little slippy, little sloshy.
I picked you up from the bar. I know how you get.
Well, I was planning on walking home that night too, but Robert,
You couldn't
Robert
even fucking.
insisted.
You could. He insisted because you couldn't fucking crawl to my truck.
Yeah.
You had some superhuman strength that night.
I
huh?
did.
Yeah, we've told this one.
I was pretty upset that night.
But yeah,
I was glad you called. That I was called though. I'm glad my baby boy is safe.
I would have been fine.
yeah, that's why like even when we go out, if I have my car, like either I have one beer or I don't have any because it's just not like worth it.
You can have one beer.
Yeah, like
You might be able to even have 2 beers over a course of a night, but don't.
One beer
I'm
an
not
hour.
fucking with him. I'll do like listen. That scared the shit out of me so much. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like I'm done.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you guys about the time I almost killed someone drinking and driving?
Nope. I'd love to hear that right now.
Well, we're talking about DUIs.
Yes, please.
I didn't get a DUI this night. I was with a buddy of mine whose girlfriend had just left him, and so I stopped by. We were leaving drill when I was still in the army.
Do I know this person?
No.
Oh.
He lives over near Mifflinburg. No, actually, pretty close to the Rusty Rail. But we were.
I know this person.
No. Okay. We were drinking. You know the Forest House is?
Yeah.
We were at the Forest House
Ah.
drinking. And I said I'd have a drink with him. You know,
Yeah.
and just, I wasn't gonna drink. I was gonna stay, but I'd have a beer. So I had a beer and was talking to him, and then he got pickle shots for everybody. And it was one of those things I felt bad for him, so I kept drinking. You know what I mean? Not that I'm blaming him because I said yes to him.
You're in the
I did
sympathy
it.
drink.
Yep. And I never told him no. I never set the rules. But we drank for a couple hours, right? And I thought, well, I'll just take back roads back home to Lock Haven because I know all the back roads. And I still knew them. But I stood up and I was starting to think, you know, I didn't really want to go back to his house with him. He lived right next to that, but, you know, he went through a bad day, and I kind of wanted to give him his space. So
There's something about when you're out drinking for some reason you don't want to stay somewhere.
yeah.
I don't know what it is.
You want to
Yep.
go home and be in your own bed.
Yeah, and I feel like that is literally probably
That's the
like
great trap.
85% of DUIs happen because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The great trap. But I got out to the truck afterwards, and we had quite a bit to drink. And I knew I was cognizant enough to know that I shouldn't be driving. and that it was a gamble. And I was 23 at that time, I think, 22 or 23. And I got in the car and I walked out there. I was fine. I wasn't stumbling. And I was like, gave it a second, like, am I okay? Am I going to make this? And I thought I was fine. So I start the truck up. I start going. I get about 2 miles down the road, and then the rest of the alcohol hits me. I had to close one eye to see 2 lanes. So I'm driving like this, trying to stay awake with one eye closed. I get up over 477 that cuts across to Loganton from there. And I get to the top, and there's an apple orchard where it flattens out and starts going down. So I'm moving on a windy-ass mountain road, and I come around a corner, and there's an Amish buggy right in front of me. And I swerved, they swerved, and I just missed them. Just missed them.
That's happened to me before.
And, I mean, skin of my teeth, I've never been so close to killing somebody ever.
Yeah, that's happened to me before.
I don't remember I remembered that because that got my
attention.
And then I don't know how everything else went. From when I got to the bottom of that mountain, I don't remember the rest of the ride home.
Dude, I almost hit a drunk guy on the highway in Linden one time. Driving home from, I was working at GameStop at the time. I just got my license, and there was some dude. I didn't even see him until he was about from me to the table away. He was walking across the highway and at night, and he was wearing all black.
That's why people keep getting fucking hit there.
Yeah, a black hoodie. There was like blue jeans and black shoes, and I didn't see him until he was right there, and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" I honked my horn as I was driving away.
Yeah.
Maybe he was trying to commit suicide. I don't know.
That was the last time I drove drunk.
Yeah.
I haven't done it since.
Yeah. You just I feel like you learned your lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Pedro? You ever fuck up like that?
No, I've never accidentally almost hit somebody or been pulled over, but this was I may have told this story, but this was in 2011. Me and my best friend Matt, we had taken a trip to Ohio for New Year's, because we were gonna go see a Capitals hockey game. Then we were going to the Bengals game on New Year's Day. So this trip took us from we had to leave Lewisburg, go to Columbus, and then from Columbus drive to Cincinnati where our hotel was, and go to the game the next day.
How far is it from Columbus to Cincinnati?
It's it's like 500 miles. No, not 500 miles. It's like 200 miles. So, and then from Cincinnati, we were going to Canton because we were going to go to the Hall of Fame. So, and this is all on a weekend. So, we get to Columbus, and we go to this bar. It's called 343. It's right outside the Scott Trade Center where the Blue Jackets play.
Why do the numbers have a...
It's a video game studio, 2343.
Yeah, there we go.
The Halo people. But so we're sitting there, we're drinking at this bar 343. It's a cool bar. It's right in downtown Columbus. So the atmosphere is real cool. We're drinks are on special, and we had this bad habit of anytime we're on the road, we'll make it look like we have money because we don't want to look poor. Granted, we were both barely 21 at this point.
Yeah.
So we thought this was acceptable. The waitress was very attractive, so of course we tipped her way too much money. And then, so we go to the game and we're drinking at the game. And after the game, we're both hammered. We're pretty drunk. We have to be checked into our hotel by I think 1 a.m. We have to go. So we hop in my Cougar and we drive on New Year's Eve. We drive from Columbus, Ohio to Cincinnati, Ohio.
Wow.
Drunk out of my mind. I don't remember the drive. I just remember waking up in the hotel room the next day.
Fuck that.
And I was like...
It's a hell of a drive.
Dude, we can't do this anymore. And since that day, I've never driven drunk again.
Yeah.
You just can't. Because I don't know, A, how we didn't get pulled over on New Year's Eve of all fucking things. With out-of-state plates.
When I was younger, I used to do it quite a
Cougar.
bit. When I was younger, I was pretty dumb about it. We'd go to Corey's and get drunk, and then we'd fucking drive home.
Uh-huh. So the best, because here's the thing with this, because I think it's more prevalent in dudes than more than women. I feel like men do this a lot more.
Yeah.
Where you have to understand, you have to have the ability to have that one beer or know that you're staying.
Yeah, because once you get a few beers in,
Your confidence comes back, and
your
she's
confidence
a raging
comes back,
bitch.
and your ability to make decisions gets inhibited.
Yeah.
And
Greatly.
you think like I'm not gonna get pulled over. I'm probably not gonna see anybody on the road at this time of night.
And you will.
And like the thing is that it's just you can say it when you're sober, but it's really it doesn't matter, you know.
Right.
That's the thing about alcohol is that like you get so stupid, you get so stupid and confident, and it's like fucking. If you don't want to drive home that night, then like have a backup plan and like commit to it. But if you're like on the maybe, just drink one beer and drive home.
Yeah, because it's just like it's one of those things like it's such a dumb trap to get into.
Yeah.
Because like.
DUI would be the least of your concerns. Killing somebody.
Yeah, right. Number one, you don't want to kill yourself or someone else.
Yep.
But then like you have to know where you're at. Like anytime you're at like when we go to one of your shows, though, unless I know I'm not driving, those are like I don't usually drink at those shows.
Yeah, I mean,
because like those are out in the middle of nowhere where you have to drive home.
I've never been swerving drunk. You know, like I've never been that, but I've definitely been too drunk to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is what it is. I mean, you make mistakes and you learn from them. I learned from mine, you know. I don't do that shit anymore. I'm not fucking with it.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
Yeah,
also,
it's
don't
not.
ride a bike, drunk, or skateboard.
Yeah, 'cause you can pull that. You know, that's one of those bullshit laws that just needs to go away.
You can get it for a horse too.
Yeah, like come on, you
You
guys
get a
fucking serious?
DUI on a horse.
Yeah.
That's just a cop being a cunt, like Officer Poe.
Yeah.
I told somebody that story the other day about how we got pulled over consecutive days. What are the fucking odds?
Yeah, but I got pulled out of the vehicle and he searched me for drugs.
Yeah, I know.
Which pissed me the fuck off.
Because that was his thing. He was trying to find something to charge people with, and it was
Yep.
fucked up.
Pulled me out of the vehicle. No insurance. No, I had insurance. No inspection, no registration. It had just expired.
Which is like not even that big of a fine, you know what I'm saying? And so he was probably like, I gotta peg this bitch for something.
Yeah.
He got me for waving at him.
So,
He did. He
also,
did.
now that we're on this topic, it now makes me like appreciate a DD so much more now. Where like, if you have a DD, that's a free pass to get fucking wasted.
Yeah, I
And
never
it's a
used to like
fucking
letting
glorious-
somebody drive. I don't. I felt weak almost that somebody else had to drive me. Nowadays, somebody's like, "You want me to drive?" So, fuck yes.
Yeah, buddy.
The things I'm gonna do in your back seat.
I have walked up Sober Hill so many
I hate
times,
Sober Hill.
and it is
Stupid
the
hill of
worst
sobriety.
experience. Fucking holy shit, dude! That hill kills you when you're fucking wasted because
Your buzz gone.
not only is it like a pretty steep hill and it's pretty big, but like
Goes on forever.
you're drunk, so you can't keep your balance right. So you're like not just walking up, you're like walking like diagonally, like fucking like, and it makes it so much harder. And then your blood's flowing, so you're getting more drunk as you fucking walk up the hill.
Hill
Yeah.
of sobriety. I don't like that hill.
Oh my god, there was one time when I went out with my cousin, I fucking puked outside the Minute Mart.
I still have his vodka.
Yeah.
Do you want that back?
No.
Finlandia. I never made that walk with you. Sheldon and I used to make that walk a lot. It's awful.
Yeah.
It's
It's
horrid. And we just made it from the hangar, usually, was where we did it from. And
Yeah.
that's not as far as Al's.
I walked home from the Edge for the first time the other night. The Edge is
That's a ways.
it's a walk. And like, I'll walk down to the Edge fine, but when you're drunk walking back, dude, because you got to walk like a mile and then Sober Hill. And it's like, fuck this. This sucks.
Yeah, I don't like the Edge.
I like
I like the Edge to a point, but the Edge does not have the environment that Owl's does.
Yeah.
Owl's has such a like welcoming and like fun environment that no other bars in Lock Haven have.
Yeah.
You know, like have you been to the Hangar lately?
No.
It
but
got kind of trashy, dude. Like it's not,
always kind of been the hangar.
it's
though.
always kind of been trashy, but like now, like when me and Megan went out on our date, there was like leaks from the ceiling and whatnot. And then when I went with the guys a few weeks ago, probably 2 months ago, probably, like their pool cues were all broken and shit.
Really?
And like, yeah, dude, it was.
Well, that's the crowd they get in there too. They get all college kids, and college kids don't respect shit, so they're gonna break shit.
yeah.
They get wild. That's why I stopped going to Owl's. And the only bar worse than that for that environment is actually. Have you ever been to the Saloon?
Yeah.
Saloon
Several
is
times.
awful.
That's Robert's favorite bar.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's a dive.
Yeah, it's.
If you want to go, if you want to get in a fight somewhere, go to the saloon.
It's
I
like,
think every time I've ever been there, there's been a fight there.
it's like the only serious college bar in town. The saloon. They got a dance floor and people like to go dance and whatnot. I'll tell you what, dude. If you could open a nice college bar in town, you'd be rich as fuck.
Dude, what was the name in Gettysburg? That first place we went to on Corey's bachelor party
The
with the
bar?
dance club. It was real. It was real.
Oh
narrow,
no, there was a dance floor there.
right next to the alley where yeah.
I don't remember the name of it. But that was a nice
You remember
little
that place? That reminds me of the saloon.
Yeah.
That's the kind of atmosphere that saloon has. But that night we were partying, so it didn't matter.
But the saloon has like holes in the dance floor and shit.
Yeah, and actually we used to play there New Year's Eve, snug. And when people get to jumping out there, when we do 500 miles, they'd be fucking jumping, and you can watch the drum set sink down while they're jumping. And like that whole floor flexes. Like it'll knock your guitar off your stand. It's very
I thought the
uncomfortable.
floor was concrete.
No, it's a suspended floor. They will jump up and down in the dance room, the second room, and it'll flex.
The last time me and Robert, well, I went out with him the other night. I met him at the saloon the other night, like Saturday. But the first time me and Robert ever went out together and got drunk together, and me and Robert have been friends forever, like since 8th grade, Pedro. 8th grade friends. The first time we got drunk together was like 2 years ago. All right, so we get fucking blasted at the saloon, and Robert's a dancer, right? So he goes in the dance floor, starts dancing with people.
Is he
and
really?
Like, yeah, and so like, and then, dude, like this is how fucked up I got that night. I don't even like girls were dancing on me, and I was like, I don't know if like who it was or what was happening. I think Danielle Jodon I danced with at one point, but anyway, I found a hole in the floor. And I was like, oh my God, one of my friends is going to hurt themselves in this hole. So
At the saloon?
At the saloon.
It's probably just a chip off the tile above the
No,
float
it was a
floor.
huge, like, it was a hole. And I was like, I stood over it and I was like, everybody watch out. There is a hole in the floor.
I think that was the same night Watson came and got you.
Yes, that was the same night. Because when I walked outside the saloon, I fell over on my face.
I know Danielle was there.
Yeah.
She was fucked up. She gave me a hug.
Dude, we were
and
all
I'm like, oh,
fucking
thank you. I
blasted that
barely
night.
know you, but she's like, you've always been so nice,
Yeah.
Watson. I'm like, okay,
See-
we've never talked.
See, now as we get older, now like I have to like plan my days I get wasted. Like I have to like actively plan to get
Oh,
drunk.
see, I don't want to do that. I like just being like, I'm fucking bored. I'm going to walk to Al's or walk to that old corner
It feels like effort for me anymore.
to go out.
Gotta get drunk.
Yeah, I mean, you're
It's-
not going
it's-
out with me. You're going out with your fucking 50-year-old man mates. They're all-
I don't know. Watson's sister, I've gotten drunk pretty quickly.
Yeah, we drank a lot,
Pete
man.
and Breeze.
It's not like we don't drink a lot. We
Yeah.
drink a fucking awful
Oh, yeah,
lot.
that's the other
Of some
development.
strong shit.
I drink with our landlords
since
very frequently.
you gotta be in a good environment. Like, if you're not in a good environment to get drunk, you can drink and get a little buzz, but it's not gonna be the same. Like, you gotta get drunk with your buddies. You know?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
the
different.
weekend of
Well, they're my buddies too.
They're your buddies, but I feel like they're so much older than you. You know, like it's.
I don't drink.
They're different. It's a different.
Yeah, but you
class.
think I drink with different. We'll explain it sometime. We'll have you out.
Robert's sister's wedding. I'm really excited for. That's gonna be fun. We're gonna get pretty wasted. I'm excited.
Yeah, all right, guys, we're approaching about 2 minutes left in the show. Do we have any shade to throw?
Shade. To throw.
We haven't thrown some shade in a mighty long time.
All right.
I guess it would be at ourselves for being too lazy to fucking get together and record a show.
No,
in
I
months.
think I would give us credit for that because we needed.
We need
first
some
off,
time.
needed
We were
to take
busy.
some time, and everything needed to get like. If you think about it, like things just recently started settling down, but I'll tell you what, I'm gonna put on these sunglasses because
Jesus Christ.
my future's so bright.
Wow.
For
So
the podcast is just so bright.
how much time do we have left?
A minute and a half.
A minute and a half.
So, just some housekeeping. So, our recording schedule moving forward will be every 2 weeks, correct?
Every other Wednesday, we gotta figure out another day to do every week. We gotta figure it out.
So, every other Wednesday.
Why don't you like Wednesdays?
No, we gotta figure out how to do it once a week. It's gotta happen once a week, because otherwise we'll never move forward. YouTube's algorithm
Yeah. So we're still ironing that out, but you can expect a show at least every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Minimum.
They'll go up on Fridays. The show's going to go up on Fridays.
On Fridays. So that's all our housekeeping for this week's episode.
Yep.
But I'm glad we're back. This
We're
was
back, and we are fucking raging.
Again.
For the
second time. Returning.
Also.
The second lap. Well, thank you for watching our return episode of 2 Beers and a Whiskey. Next week we will be a little more structured. We'll have more. We're bringing back the topics.
Maybe even a theme song.
Maybe even a theme song. We just wanted to catch you guys up on what we've been doing these past 8 months. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, keep on drinking. And you're welcome.
Oh, ass.
Wow, you stood up real quick, Pedro. You were done, huh?
Oh, my ass hurts. This fucking chair.
Oh, these chairs are infinitely more comfortable than those
Yeah.
bar stools.